what are some of the best practices or policies that you think are most important for financial advisors to give to clients?
I think best practice is transparency and creating a proper trusting relationship. And if we can do that as an industry, then I think we're a long way either ahead of regulation or at least keeping up with it. So I think building that trust, building that two-way communication is vital. Yeah.
We heard some discussions about self-managing and using advisors as well and asset managers. What are some of briefly, the advantages or disadvantages to managing in oneself's own funds or having an asset manager manage it for them?
I think this comes down mainly to cost, but it's often also interest. If a client, has an interest in managing his own money, then great, that's fine. And it, of course, should keep his costs down. Now, the cons of that, I think, are that not everyone is an asset manager and will always get it right, and not even asset managers get it right all the time. So the average man on the street, my mum, I think, is a great example, probably doesn't know how to manage her money. So I think there are many people who are forced down the advisory route. And that's not a bad thing. That's what we're here for as an industry, and hopefully the standards are good enough that you can then either have an advised solution or a discretionary one. And that then depends on how much control you want as a client.
Certainly. And then the final question is on regulations. Have regulations become too onerous, or are there certain ones that need to be there to keep the finances in order? What's your take on that?
I don't think regulation's a bad thing. It's obviously inevitable in any industry where a consumer is being approached by a business. Yes, I think can be too much, and it can be onerous, and it can create confusion. The requirement for so much information to a client, and then for them to read it all and understand it all is probably unrealistic. But it has to start somewhere, and we need to build greater trust in this industry, both globally, I think, and certainly in Europe. And so people will need to engage with that and trust the industry, and the industry needs to be trusted, and regulation has to have a position in that.